Done my share wrong, dadgummit. But daddy would be proud of all the hell I raised. Love my fair share of squall, but that's nothing. Mama would no doubt say I should step on the brakes. Miss my share of calls, but I'm coming. It may not be today, but trust I am on my way. It won't be long at all, and I'ma give you my loving. Wouldn't miss it for the world and all whatever's in space. Hell if I know. Preachers say I'm headed straight away to the place I won't return from, hate to say. He may be right about me. Change and need my ways, for too late, but requires that I take a leap of faith. Ain't sure if I will, at least not today. Then again, I felt so strange to leave the churchyard there that way with all my loved ones looking on like I was insane. I don't know, babe. Why am I here? Hell, I just had you on my brain. I barely blinked, I swear to God, I saw your face. I had to come your way, you glad I came? If not, just say so, I'll turn around now and walk away. You ain't gotta say if you prefer. Won't you kiss me one more time for heaven's sake? 'Cause you know where I'm headed ain't the gate, it ain't that great. At least not the same that you'll go through, some kind of saint. You'll likely say you ain't, but I wouldn't say the same. Why is it 'cause you prayed for me that day when I was ashamed? You held me close, never once turned me away. You told me you believed I could if I chose to change. I never did, in fact, I stayed exact the same. Except the one thing that had changed, well, should I say? Or do you know the way it grows from day to day, a dying flame once, now could turn the whole earth to ash, came through unscathed? Just 'cause I rest my head and dream of your sweet taste, if met with mine, would never break your gaze. Your face most beautiful of all across I came. The same I like to blame for everything. It's not your fault, you know the way that we became. In fact, my own, I'm pretty sure that I'm to blame. Just know I'll go, if just the word you'll say. That's all it'll take. Just shoot me straight. Kiss me one more time for old time's sake. Unless you got someone somewhere wouldn't appreciate. Hell, even so, I'll keep it secret what you say. Never mind, my bad. I'm out of place. Just know, it's such a shame we parted. Late. Early, late, hell, whichever. Discarded waste. Such a shame we parted, discarded waste. We parted ways, that's it. I'd let that out last, and I got excited. Unless you got somewhere wouldn't appreciate. Hell, even so, I'll keep it secret what you say. Never mind, my bad, babe. I'm out of place. Just know it's such a shame we parted ways. Discarded waste. We'd wax and wane, it's all the same. Departed dearly, so beloved by those unnamed. We'd point our fingers, placing blame. Say they'd changed, we're not the same. Each kiss we'd share across the bear which brought us pain. A thorn for just a twist inside remained, entwined in twain. Your vine would climb so high around me, wrapped tight, tangled in a mangled mess. Wake up naked, shameless, and with that we go our own, went different, separate ways. So to this day, I think of you. You might say my old flame, it ain't mine no more. You know I gave that flame away. And that flame with you made me crazy, so insane. The way you take me out, go dancing in the rain. As if you had nowhere else on earth you'd rather be than there with me. Who thought to ask if you would marry me? It's a scary thing when you're so young, dumb, daring, green. Just know, sweet Aaron, it meant everything to me. That you would care enough to keep me company. There where no one would want to wind up where we'd be. Both cherished, cheap, and twisted heaps we'd go down, found you hairless, clean, fresh shaved, and sharing all you dared to bear with me. So beautiful, I swear I could barely breathe. First stripped you bare was downright scared. We squared and squeezed. It took a while, but shit, finally there we'd fall asleep. I dreamed so sweetly of the day when here we'd beat. Now here we are, as far apart as we'll ever be. Me over here, you over there. You've been fair with me. Or so I'd say if someone asked. Hell, all of that now in the past. Never happened, and I would tell him happily, holding no grudge for what you've done, but I do against me. Whether you do or don't, hell, I do. And don't tell me, please. Forgive myself, 'cause I will not. Nope, not for these. Might say they're sins, hell, I don't know. Just wish I'd never done some things, like when I didn't buy a great big diamond ring. Spend my money on, well, other things. If only I could turn back time, I would. Forget my future, leave my life there where it'd cease. On just a snowball's chance in hell that I could find you before you greet the reaper's sight to swing goodbye. Been good to me. Remember, as far as I'm concerned, you've been good to me. As far as I'm concerned, the best I'll ever be. That's not to say you ain't a bitch, God knows you are. But I've given you my heart, so does it still skip a beat? It used to beat when I'd see you, like I was driving that 15 behind the wheel. I probably missed that. Hold up. There it is. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, the best I'll ever be. That's not to say you ain't a bitch, God knows you are. But I've given you my heart. Does it still beat? Does it still skip a beat? It used to beat when I'd see you, like I was driving that 15 behind the wheel. First time in life I felt the breeze that blew like you between my knees. I wasn't worth having. You didn't seem so pleased with me. And yet you'd scratch my head, say sweet little things that made me feel that I, with time, would learn to be a bit less pain, a bit more pleasure. We would see. I don't think I did complete the task successfully. Always meant to do, you know. Always meant to do it. You know, forgive me, please. It's just I've never been in love except with dirty magazines, and even they don't do the trick since I'd meet. Then all of a sudden it changed. It had changed, mean everything. And all of a sudden it had changed, mean everything. Still counting freckles on your back, I'd fall asleep. Wake up there thinking of the words might say to me if I just blurted out the question. I didn't have a ring. All I had was what I gave to you, was me. If you ask me, not much of anything. Just enough to trouble you, keep you up at night, no sleep. Just know your ghost won't leave my side, or so it seems. Suits me well and good enough, you think? Where we belong is where we all should be. Just glad she come and keep me company. Most folks run from me, won't run with me. No better than to ever fuck with me. Roots reaching deep, I'd sow my seed. There where the sun don't shine on thee. Plant kisses by the dozens, love to see your blushing cheeks, blood, gush and bleed. Still can't quite come to grips with anything, not since you laid me here to grieve for everything. A kinky freak, not just a creep, a kinky freak, if not for you, to help me see I was in need. If you'd asked me, I didn't need a thing. The wildest call of all was born to heed. So I believed, until again I would not see the face that seemed to beam forth, beacon beckoning me to retrieve something I lost, stolen from me. It was the bird not meant to cage that I set free. And she was you who to that boy meant everything. The one I swore would not betray. So it would be most difficult of all I'd ever do. Did it for you, who don't think quite understood the way I think. The way I feel for you, at least confused you seemed. I told you not to be, you took your leave. I love you still, our love is real, not just a dream. And I will find you once again and you will see. And will not question what I've said to you with ease. In fact, I doubt you'll have the thought at all to think. Not once our paths cross there again, can't wait indeed. Please doubt again what I profess the truth to be. Now bring the proof along with me. Feel free to keep. Just enough to know, to me, was everything. And besides, if what you have now, you know well, I've not a thing. Nothing but grief to see your face, such sweet relief. I feel it now, already reaching toward that final barrier breached. That border storm, that boundary crossed, where there you'll be. I search again as I once did, each nook, crack, crevice, cranny, creased, to find that secret, keeping too long from me deep. I might have known it all along, you wouldn't think. You always thought much less of me than I could be, though you encouraged me quite often with what seemed so sweet, but please, I know it now, you never meant those silly things. Nothing so sweet, whispered in ears that hear you speak. I know it all too well, don't mean anything. Didn't then, doesn't now, never will, at least not to me. I know you lied too many times, didn't say a thing. Didn't make a sound, and yet you lied right through your teeth. That lie would bite me, even eat me, lie, if I please. And if you please, would be by such a try and treat, trap trickery, intent to tie me to the tracks. I die indeed, there in the shit so deep, my ship would dive and sink. Into the quick that is your soullessness, a sea of what's so mean, only to me it seemed an ocean of deceit. You pour a potion, file a motion, leave some lotion on the sink, imply that I should beat my dick, of you might think. And I would reach my final peak, reach for the sky, spread wide my wings, you know me. Tender-hearted, I tend to teeter on the brink. Not the brightest, but I shine, I do my thing. In fact, I'd even say it beats the diamond ring. And to this day, that jewel is yours, you left with me. You didn't want what little I had to give, my everything. And I don't mind, you'll find it here if ever need. I won't refuse if you came, be glad to see. Someone beside you ghost, oh please don't leave. Like this I only mean to say, lots changed, but not some things. For instance, this and that, those and these, many other things. At this point, reckon will not change, at least the fact you mean to me much more than words can say and songs can sing, even if it don't mean anything. But I pray that you, like me, might take a leap. I'll wait and see. I pray that you, like me, might take a leap. I'll wait and see. If so, you know, then fresh we'd start, the slate we'd clean. Still can't believe you left the way you did, same way you'd greet me with a lie you told with ease, the rails you'd grease, and just to get from me a gift I gave with all my heart, still pleased to know I left it in your hands that each would squeeze till could not breathe, choking the dream, went down and out for count, upkeep, can't quite too keen, seems for a demon, sure are sweet, you'll visit me, oh pretty please, and if an angel, know I didn't mean a thing with all this senseless, sappy sucker poetry, just know, I just mean to tell you what I never said with ease, that either way to me you still mean everything. Demon angels still mean everything. I can live without you, but I don't want to, not a bit. My bitch is neat, she's quite unique. Though she pretends too much with them, she don't with me. They never thought too much of me. She pretends too much with them and never thought too much of me, but she don't with me. Oh well, just thought I'd write a poem in hopes to grieve. No more agreed, perhaps I speak too much to you, who tends to leave me in worse shape than I'd be found in before you'd once again come greet. Sweep me off my foolish feet, a peace, no hope for peace. With such a war that rages on too far from reach. Won't preach to you, won't scream at you like you used to see. Indeed, did I mean it? I meant it when I claimed I'd finally changed, and now you see that you was wrong to think so little hell of me. Though never cease and eyes could see the lies believed. Might have been you, then again, might have been me. I talk a lot, but never told you everything, so don't assume that you from Adam do know me. You'd be surprised to find I might have kept a secret of my own, perhaps more than one. And most of them would only serve to be another coffin nail to drive into the drinker of my blood, or drown in poetry I bleed in oceans deep. In the ocean's depths of anything but your deceit, a swollen steep and prideful priest in robes that cloak those daggers keen. You know me, yes agreed, but just to a degree. Of you, I know all I'd want to know, might as well be everything. Wouldn't be worth knowing if not for this, that, those, and these. Each came to you through, who was me? Don't even act as if deceived, I've always given you no less than everything. What little left you even tried to steal from me, can't steal a gift, it's yours, so keep it, would you please? To me now does it not mean anything? To me now it does not mean anything. To you does it not mean anything? To me now it does not mean anything. Of all your duties now relieved, go make a fool of who ain't me. And when he got no words to say, you'll think of these. When he has no words to say, you'll think of these. You'll think of me. You wait and see, the snake is me, the ape is me. The man I am, not thanks to you, but he who came to me without the need to grease the rails I glide with glee. Go gleefully into the unknown chart terrain till now unseen, in hopes to settle where the stream was steady streak, like tears down cheeks that deeply sensed and each found easily to be sincerity. Just as I've always been with thee, these words you read, I mean them. Each of me, you're free. Now leave me be, nowhere to find me. Know if ever are in need, I'll be right here as I tend to be, somewhere between me. I originally wrote it before I changed it. It was right. No, it's my bad. It's right here. Let me copy this and put it back. There we go. Sometimes I do this. I think I got something better than the original I want to keep. Right here. When he has no words to say, you'll think of these.